respond because of leadership. Leadership that had the foresight, the knowledge, the wisdom to prepare the country for this moment. Jamaica can respond and don't have to go with cap in hand to beg because of a man that has been most vilified, maligned, lied upon. This nonsense must stop. And if it means that at every turn, okay? And here we are today, sir, able to draw down $25 billion. And the government has $1 billion United States dollars down at the central bank in reserve, can buy oil and sardine and corned beef. And if it needs to pay its teachers and its policemen and fix roads, that is leadership, that is visionary, that is leadership that is commendable, and that is leadership that should be benefiting politically, sir. We today in Jamaica are up against it. But I want to say something to the PNP, you know, that many Jamaicans have seen through what they are doing. And as I have said to my listeners, Wholeness is not going to fail. He's not going to fail. And he's going to bring this back with the help of God and the team he has around him. And the PNP, they have calculated the political implications. And they know that because Wholeness is going to shine in this crisis, his political stocks are going to rise and they don't stand a chance at the next election. So if they can politicize this, become politically relevant, then the opposition can find some semblance of, you know, in the minds of people. But Chuck, we have to speak against politicizing disaster and disaster relief, sir. So far,
let me say this about politicizing this disaster, and I want you to understand the psychology of how the People's National Party works. Now, the People's National Party is the loudest on the platform saying how their town of Westmoreland is not getting any attention. But I want you to note that every single blogger, every single diaspora member that is sympathetic to the PMP, when they enter these areas, they first meet the PMP representative, whether he sits in parliament or not, and he guides them to PMP supporters to give PMP supporters what they have to give. Now, that's what they do. But when they do that and they come back on social media, they are the first to scream, oh, we cannot politicize the aid, when they themselves are doing it. The leadership of the People's National Party from day one has focused all its energy in Westmoreland, which is their so-called stronghold. And then they are questioning the Prime Minister, why aren't you in Westmoreland as well? The Prime Minister has visited every single sector that has been hit by this hurricane. And now the Prime Minister now is in the stage, neighbor, of planning for the recovery, for the redevelopment, for the rebuilding of Jamaica. He has sent out people out there to make sure the citizens are okay. He has given them the tool. He has gotten the aid. The billions that has been pledging aid, neighbor, is because of people have a respect for this man. And as you say, he's only unappreciated in Jamaica. But the rest of the world, the rest of the Caribbean sees him for the genius leader that he is. Yeah.
Let me make a point before I have to run. And I want your listeners to understand that the planes, the ships that are coming into Jamaica is not just a gesture of goodwill, you know. It is the respect that the world has for the leadership in Jamaica.
Your team point in the neighbor. Come on, neighbor.
Hold on. Because you see, one of the problems that exists in Jamaica is we're not well read and we are not critical thinkers. The response that Wholeness is getting, PJ could have never get. You hear me tell you that? Could have never.
Nope. PJ would never, Portia would never. Well, I nearby your chip. Well, let me say
know
you're back.
That is.
Neighbor, I don't know if it's just signal, but you're in and out.
Are you hearing me any better? Are you hearing me any better?
Yes, yeah. Go ahead now.
The goodwill, sir. Those planes that are landing in Norman Manley and those Chinook helicopters that are flying across the country. I want the Jamaican people to understand that that is not only a goodwill of gesture, a humanitarian act. It is the respect that countries have for the economic management of Jamaica. Jamaica, sir, was emerging, as a powerhouse, and world leaders respect that. Today, as we speak, our former finance minister is sitting down in the United States as a deputy managing director of the International Monetary Fund. That is a big deal. Okay? And so the propagandists, right? The desperate propagandists need to understand that this country is positioned and was positioned for this crisis. And because of that, it's going to take a little time. We are confident that the man whose hands are on the wheel is capable, is competent, and we need to work with him for the rebuilding of our nation. I listen on, sir, but I have to run.
I have a question for you before you go. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I was listening to your program last night, and you were speaking about the misinformation. But while listening, this thought came to me, and I wanted to ask you the question. But do you think the misinformation is being enforced by the people who are overseas and the media?
When you say enforce,
because oftentimes
enforce meaning what?
They come with a conspiracy theory, or someone in Jamaica will say something, and because most of them have these big platforms, then it just spread like wildfire.
Well, I thought you were going to ask me whether or not it is being orchestrated by the opposition or by the People's National Party. What I can tell you is that it seems that it is planned. It is not something that people are just getting up and saying. This seems like it is organized from a source, from a group. Someone is pushing this misinformation on our people. And you know why?
Neighbor, your signal seems to be bad again. You're in and out.
Exploiting. All right, let me. I'm have to run. Okay.
All right, neighbor. We'll talk later.
Lashika.
Yes, I asked the question.
I'm referring to your question. I also am on the platform a lot, and I engage. Even just this morning, I was on 2 platforms this morning, 10 o'clock a.m. my time, which have been 4 a.m. Jamaica time, and persons in the United Kingdom, right? They have this narrative pushing, and it's the same narrative I hear with Andre and them, the same narrative I hear with Wayne Lonesome, them, same narrative I hear on the ground from persons who have this agenda. And even when you listen to even like Dayton's rhetoric, you hear and feel and Julika them, you say, this thing is something that is being sent out. This is something that is deeply orchestrated.
Coordinated, so, yes.
Because so many people could not be saying, so many people could not be seeing the videos that I am seeing, you are seeing, Chuck is seeing, and saying that the government is not doing anything, the JDF is not doing anything, the Ministry of Social Security is not doing anything. How can so many people be saying the same thing when we're seeing the same exact videos then? When a person like me, who I have 4 Facebook pages, 4, I made up on TikTok. I'm share everything on all of my platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and I'm saying, how is it that I am sharing everything what Perennial Charles do, Daryl them do, Wheatley them do, right? Kamina them do, every person, every team who come in, every drop in the JDF make. I am sharing these things.
What I don't understand, Punkus, is that in 7 days, people are saying that the government failed. In 7 days. Me hear Triple X said the day after the government should already have shelters in place and take people out of dirty water. And so me I said to myself now, Punkus, me not watch the entire video because me have my brain kind of chip when me hear stupidity. Me I say, so where the shelter them there where the government did that tell the people themselves to go from when? Me hear somebody else on a live I say the government should have tell the people themselves to evacuate and the government never inform the people them. Like Punkus and our people are so gullible. Our people are so gullible that they sit down and they agree with these things. There were press conferences upon press conferences.
Every single day for
Me remember the last live me and Chuck Compan and me telling us say it's going to be crazy. It is going to be crazy, and the information that we're seeing coming out of the Hurricane Center and everywhere else, it is basically saying Jamaica got a Category 8 hurricane based on the statistics, the comparisons, the numbers. They must say Jamaica literally get a Category 8 hurricane. How is it Jamaica, a small island where you come here every day say I suffer? Me see one next month say the government not have no money, the government broke, right? Him spread the most misinformation and me see people say, oh, we need to elect this man. We need to do this, we need to do that. Him spread the most misinformation. And him said the government broke, a government with over $1 billion US in a central bank for responding. He said the government broke. Where, when, why are we so gullible? Why?
And now what I'm seeing, hold on. The one, let me give them two persons a chance to say a thing before we continue. Lisa Cat.
Hey, what's up? Hi, everybody.
Hey.
My question is, they not shame how the white man have to come out and tell if you shut up.
No, there's no shame. You cannot, once you're speaking about shame.
If we shut up and if we are tired, that means we have find too much time and we not help do nothing. So if we shut up because evil itself and the world love Jamaica and it's time to give us back and we should just shut up, help one another, come together and receive the narrative that they're spreading out there. Not even the foreigner them not love it and they not learn, then just boy, I'm tired. Chucking and tired.
Tired, you know, but as neighbor said earlier, we cannot afford to give the space to them.
True, but Andrew said him now or himself, kind of we out of them.
We can't give this, if we give the space to them, it's gonna be 10 times as bad as it is now. If they are the only ones speaking, people will listen. So we, as hard as it is, we have to be here morning, noon, and night.
I'm
not
just
because we want to.
The people who want to help, God knows. Because
Yes.
if that man that come out and the white man come out and really taking note, remember say them knows enough people don't understand patois, right? And if him can come out and make a message to the Jamaican, so we need to live good and shut up and appreciate what's going on and just believe and know that there's more to come. And if he can say that I feel shame, I feel aware, that means him understand exactly what they're doing and what they're saying against their own government. And people, the naysayers out there, the world love Andrew Onis. I only one no love him. They believe in him, and that's why we can get help. One of the things that just the people them come by themselves and come down here. No, and come to Jamaica. No, it gotta be approved by him. You can't fly in a people country. You cannot just come in the country.
Lisa, pull up, Lisa. Say that again. Say that again.
No, they're talking about, I know Andrew, this Andrew have to give authority. He got to approve for them to come in to help you guys. He's the head of everything. We can't believe them, they stress me out.
Right.
Hold on, before Master come, Lisa, remember, before Master come in, remember when the donors come in, the other countries come here, they work with the government of Jamaica's teams. It's our it's not like Spice them and Cartel them and Ramesh them and other person go to their own thing.
They're welcome.
I'm going to provide some.
Approve these people, sign them up, say yes, them come and whatever they bring.
There's a video. I'm going to provide some information to you guys, but I'm going to say this because what's her name? Lisa. Lisa said that the government has to approve. There's this lady, I think she's an American nurse, and she said she sent multiple emails to the Ministry of Health, and she was trying to get other nurses to come in and volunteer and all of that. So she said she finally got a response. I think they were asking about everything about traveling, accommodation, and everything. She said that they have to be vetted. This is what the email said. So them have to be vaccinated and they have to be approved. So these people that are coming in the country and people that are internet that are about, make the volunteer them go and go this, make the government, the Ministry of Health,
yes,
specifically said the Ministry of Health, right? MOHW,
yeah.
Ministry of Health and Wellness. They have to do the verification. The person that are coming in has to be vaccinated against childhood sickness or something like that, she said. But I know what they're talking about.
Terrorism, you have to be careful who coming in your country. So I'm
right.
Stupid.
So while
you gotta be approved.
Right. So while people are there talking about make the people them come in and whatever. Okay. So can you mute Lisa? Let me just read something to you guys. So just now, I put into chat GPT what a disaster risk management would look like, put in request timeline and everything. So it says the government between day 3 to 7 would have activated the plan fully, right? The plan that they have, the National Emergency Response Plan fully activated. Distribution of relief supplies. Tell me if you guys were seeing this between day 3 and day 7. So distribution of relief supply, food, water, clothing, beginning to restore electricity, water, telecom, set up temporary housing for a displaced person. So with this 3 to 7 days, we would have seen where the government has started to do the road clearing because we had more debris and flooding more than anything else. We saw where the food responses were coming in, even though we had a lot of communities that are maroon. Day 7 to 14, it says conduct a detailed damage and needs assessment, right? Beginning cash for work, cleanup programs. We have seen that before day 7 to 14. Issue public health advisories and vector control measures. We heard the government spoke about that. Coordinate international aid if necessary. So what we have seen between day 3 to day 7 is what ChatGPT said would have happened between day 14 and day 17. So all of that would they must coordinate. So when we start to people coming in 3 to 4, 5 days or a week before, those things normally take place between day 14. So when they come and are telling us, the whole place should have cleaned up and everything should have organized already, it is not so. According to ChatGPT, them something here, it takes it takes like months. It provides a 3 to 6 month plan. It says between month 1 to
Them now listen, nothing.
it says between month 1 to month 3, the launch of the National Recovery Plan, rebuild schools, hospital, critical infrastructures, offer financial relief to affected households and businesses, begin post-disaster economic recovery measures. This is what it says between 1 month time. All of them here we should see, but people are expecting that the recovery plan must be now. Schools must be rebuilt. People must stay in a housing immediately, and cash money if you put up already. You understand me? It
Less
says
than 2 weeks.
less than 2 weeks. What ChatGPT said should happen in between 3 to 7 days. You have a national response plan activate. That is what the government said. It gathers everybody under OPM so they can activate the plan. Distribution of relief. We saw those things taking place. Food, water, clothing. We see where we citizens chip in. I saw you go a we name stop the gap until the government can do. It says begin restoration of electricity, water, and telecom. We saw that between day 3 to day 7, it came in small amount, right? You see small amount we hear from this person today, tomorrow one next community get it. Like stuff like that, set up temporary housing for displaced people. Now that people are displaced, it's time for them to go to the shelter. This is what is supposed to happen between day 3 to day 7. Day 7 to 14, it says conduct detailed damage and needs assessment. When you listen to the press conference the other day, the Prime Minister said, we have already done that. We are now at the execution stage. It says begin cash for work cleanup. This is where you would see the big machine them are go in the community, the backhoes and this and that. That already started from day 2 or day 1 or whatever. Days we saw where these things got moving. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, it is between where you see Nesta say him out and him a do and Pernell Charles. This is what cash for work cleanup program looks like. It says issue public health advisories. This is where you see Christopher Tufta and go underground and I said, this is what is happening. We have to put a field hospital there. We have to do this. We have to do that, right? Coordinate international aids if necessary. And we have already seen it in day 1, where day 2, where aid started to come in immediately. So the government is already ahead of its time. It is not even 14 days, and things that is supposed to happen between day 3 and 14 is already completed. So when you come and listen to people talking, and everything what people say makes sense.
Chica, let me say this. The government of Jamaica has done extremely well in responding to the catastrophe that struck our island. Every indices, every measurement that you can use to measure how a government should respond, we are ahead of it. Now, what we have now is a lot of people with a camera phone and data, and a lot of people overseas who, as the Prime Minister said, is looking fame through negativity. Yes, a lot of them overseas, in England, in the US, all over, who all them care about is that them have a whole heap of people we are click like. And they will spread the negativity from now until tomorrow morning. Yes, they will spread it from now until tomorrow morning, because their only thing is to try to make the government, not the government, to make Andrew Holness look bad. Now, we have a 35 MP government. We have, what is it? 30 persons in the cabinet, both ministers and junior ministers. Every step that is to be taken We don't see Andrew, we don't hear Andrew, Andrew this, Andrew that, Andrew that. It's about destroying the name Andrew Wholeness. Because as neighbor said earlier, the PNP cannot afford for Andrew to respond properly to this disaster. They cannot, they don't want, they will not have it. Under no circumstances.
So these are my barrels. And Chuck, me no come and talk. These are mine.
You know, see the name Panon, you know.
These are my stuff, Chuck, when me a pack up for send go Jamaica.
Me no see the
So
name
I
Panon
gonna
and
come
barrel.
and sit down and a talk.
She come in
you know,
need
see
more
the
on the
name.
barrel. She come in
Uno
need more
need
on
to
the
go do
barrel.
something.
She come in need more on the barrel.
She come over some Irish Spring here.
Me have Irish Spring. Me can send you Irish Spring. See all everything, Chuck. See me something there, me. Me not come here to come talk and I don't sit down and spread negativity. You don't need to go do something. Can't even open it, need the key. Them loaded. See it there. Them loaded, Chuck. Me not come here to come talk. See them there. This can't even move. We not come here to come talk. And I am doing a Pampers drive, guys. These are our personal funds, right? I am doing a Pampers drive, our baby stuff. If you can send anything, you can DM me, and we send them go Jamaica. Shipping is on me. And for the people them who know, say me have one baby, my baby no want nothing. I thank you.
Chuck, can I talk now?
Go ahead, Sister Marcia.
All right, Chuck. First thing first. Me think me go open one drunker company. That's
Right.
the first thing I want to do.
Look like we
Marcia.
are going to move from a
Marcia.
shop as a drunker
Yes.
to an oversupply.
Marcia,
Yes.
I think you was a good behaving girl. I grew up with you, I
Me
don't
only
know you
go
as a
open one
type of
drunker
person.
company. The next thing, I heard neighbor talk about the PNP is a category 20 hurricane. I don't know if you see me post, Chuck. The night after election, I posted on my page. Thank God, thank the Almighty God that the PNP did not win this election. The is a category 5. I'm glad they never win the election. It went over 1,000, I think it 1,800 and something views. And me give God thanks for that. So they never win the election.
But all of you give thanks, you know.
Man, me give God thanks for that they did not. Because if they had won the election, we doom. The next thing, the amount of AIDS that people, they talk one of Jamaicans, what they look out for it. We must be grateful. The PNP, the comrade them, are the weapon that form against them.
All right, Scalper, big up yourself.
Me hear one dog bed girl, big woman, one dog bed, me go call her girl, because me in the style, the Prime Minister wife, the Prime Minister mother. She no come from, I don't think she come from a woman. And I don't think she come from the right place, and most body she come from. One name Bev. One name San or one the big fat one.
Lady Bev attack?
And
You
she
mean-
have big
you mean
fat
the-
tattoo,
the
the
red
man she
pole
cut
cow?
out her head.
The red pole cow.
Yes. She need to go look alive. What should they send go to Jamaica for our comrades, them will get washed out and some of them not have no house? Me start my drive. And me know say my community go all right. Because me start up to this morning, me no work today. And I went on the road with whatever me get and whatever me they put to. My sister and me picnic them. Everybody they put together. Now we they go make sure say we have with things them together. Me have whole heap of things put on in my closet. Whole heap when me start carrying. This morning we went on the road. Me go buy up. Because me they send back home. What them they do? At time they feel leave with Prime Minister alone. Me Prime Minister not play draft, he not play Ludi, a chessing play. Him is 100 step at all of the comrades them. Him is 100 step ahead of them. So when me hear them, they try to bring him down. Watch and see. Watch and see. We are going to build back. He's going to make sure we build back better, stronger. Better and stronger. We are going to build back.
As neighbor said earlier, we were always being prepared.
Of course.
Of
course we were prepared. Of course. And enough of them hear that. You know, Chuck, you know what really they get to them? They can't get the money in their hand to do what they want to do.
And that is the number one problem, Master.
Me say
that is the number one problem.
Because the amount of money what they borrow from people, if you buy out election and they have to go pay back and they not have it.
That, Marcia, is the number one problem. I mentioned earlier, Ian Hill's claiming that he only get 10 million and he don't know if he share it.
He don't know
and again, I will say to you, Mr. Hales, and hold on, let me play the Prime Minister response to Ian Hale for you all who just joined. Because the Prime Minister did respond to Ian Hale.
Every dollar must be account for. So I'm sorry for them.
Hi, Joshua.
Goodbody, Angel.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello, beautiful Angel. She cannot talk to me, so I'm glad you come.
Is not to provide
Kind of old man.
the amounts that you get is to deal with the emergency.
Listen to the Prime Minister responding to Ian Hale.
The amounts that we give you is not to provide for everyone in your constituency. The amounts that you get is to deal with the emergency cases that come to your attention that the central ministry cannot respond to quick enough. And MPs have to be careful how we seek to expand our roads. It is not a sustainable model.
Not a sustainable. So when Mr. Hayes goes, he only give me $10 million and me can't share it. That is the number one plan, Master, to get them hand for some money.
Yes. But they then feel so then they got tear down with Prime Minister, they make a sad mistake. Because guess me what? The prayer warriors are there to keep him in prayer. And me know God answer prayer. He's a man who never sleep. One 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 never sleep.